All right, today's topic is art. Let's go. The main idea we're going to be looking at today is artists of every generation are influenced, spelling error, by society and have influence on that society. To begin our study, let's look at two examples, Kanye West and the man we just heard from, Kid Cudi. Here's Kanye and Cudi. And I'm going to give you an argument. You may agree, you may not. Their influence on society. I'm going to argue that these two men have made it popular to be emotional. We're going to call them emotionalists. Here's some evidence. Let's look at some song titles. Heartless, Day and Night. And think about the words. You know a lot of these songs. Just What I Am, The Pursuit of Happiness, The Blame Game, Lost in the World. Kid Cudi especially, I think, has made it acceptable, made it popular, made it trendy to explore your emotions as a man, and almost made it popular at times to be depressed, to be emotional. And Kanye, I would argue, has done the same thing with a lot of his work. They have further influence on society. Much like their female counterparts, they have a major impact on what is fashionable and trendy. That I think we can't argue. Female artists fall into these categories as well. They carry a great deal of influence in the category of fashion and trends as well. I'm going to argue that female artists, though, they take it a step further. They've made it popular to be original, take risks, and be different. I'll show you a couple examples. But we're going to call them fashion uniquistas. Good morning.
Are you talking to yourself?
Oh, no, I'm recording. So take Kanye, for example. Very trendy. The title of the album as well is also an example of the emotional nature of Kanye. Lady Gaga and Katy Perry, forever pushing the envelope of fashion and new trends. Definitely fashion uniquistas. Or if you need a more classy example, not that Katy Perry and Lady Gaga aren't classy, here's Beyonce, another trendsetter in fashion, music, dance, everything she does. But let's talk about, let's continue. Their further influence on society. We could look at guns and violence in hip-hop and how that impacts our society. Unfortunately, also associated with hip-hop, the degradation of women. Putting women in a certain place. Unfortunately, hip-hop is notorious for that. On an upside, Macklemore made it popular to thrift shop. What? Oh. You can watch that later. Back to where we were. But artists also are greatly influenced by society. And we're going to look at two more examples, Tupac and Mos Def. So Tupac, influenced by the culture of hip-hop greatly. Influenced by his personal experiences. He's known as a West Coast rapper. He grew up in the Bay Area, born in Compton actually. But you could definitely argue that that influenced his style of hip-hop. So he's very much impacted or influenced by his society. Our focus, again, we're going to look at how Tupac views women, or how our society views women. Tupac acknowledged this in one of his best songs. Maybe. Tupac acknowledged that in our society, oftentimes women are put down. He drew from his personal experiences and also from the culture that grew up a part of, that unfortunately doesn't value women the way they should be valued. And then he put that into music, into lyrics. Let's look at another example. Mos Def, my favorite artist of all time. He's greatly influenced by his roots, where he grew up, his hip-hop upbringing, and the reality of the world around him. Some of the themes you see in his music come from where he grew up: poverty, inequality, pride in where you come from, and love. So let me tell you where Mos Def's from. Mos Def is from a place in Brooklyn called Bed-Stuy. He mentions it all the time. Bed-Stuy is a neighborhood of 153,000 people in Brooklyn in New York City. Couple of notes. Ethnicity of residents. Let's look at this. Ethnicity of residents. Many African Americans moved north in search of new industry, background. So Bed-Stuy is 70.1% black, 15% Hispanic, 10% white, 1.8% Asian, and 3% other. This had a major impact on the work that Mos Def creates. Also, it's notorious for poverty as well as violence. Notable people. There's quite a list of people here. Aaliyah. Other names you might recognize: Big Daddy Kane, Fabulous. I don't know if you guys know him. I know him. He's from my era. Jay-Z's from Bed-Stuy. ODB, Vanessa Williams, Mike Tyson from Bed-Stuy. Who else? Talib Kweli's from Bed-Stuy. Little Kim. Mos Def, as we're talking about. Jackie Robinson's from Bed-Stuy. Chris Rock's from Bed-Stuy. So there's a long history of famous artists from Bed-Stuy, people who greatly impacted Mos Def in his work. And you'll see he can't help but reference where he's from whenever he does anything, including his freestyles.
Can I be standing five to not be rocking it when I be in your vicinity? All style synergy, recognize symmetry. Coincide the HMV, broke them down chemically. Ain't the number 10 MC. Talking about hopping I be, styled it like Kennedy, late like a 10 to 3. When I say when I be, girls say when I key, cause this is in the way out like Tennessee. Take me to a place called the BK without pause or delay. Get run like pin relay. Don't deal what he say, she say. Ain't working for no cheap pay. The most that beat play. This what the streets say. Hey, Mr. DJ, play that devil.
Anyways, he's the best. You might not have caught it. He said I'm from BK. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm recording, Danera. We're almost done. That's okay. You're all right. So, another influence from society. Very much impacted by where he's from. For artists, it's always been this way. They have a great influence on society. Or I'm sorry, I want to say they are influenced by society. The ideas of the time, geography, where they live, trends and fashions of the time. But they also have a great influence on society. Their work, their creations and legacy, their ideas and beliefs, their values and events greatly impact, I'm going to say more than ever, the youth especially, but all people. So what we're going to focus on for the next week or so plus, and what you'll be focusing on in Miss Roget's class as well, is this idea of the Romantics. You're reading Frankenstein, and you're learning, whether you know it or not, about the Romantics and the Romantic era. And in order to get into that, we're going to start with a question. How were they, the Romantics, influenced by and influential on the society of their day? And what I would like you to do to begin this study is go to Edmodo and begin the work to uncover the mystery. Thank you very much.
Bye,
I'll leave
Amanda.
you with Kid Cudi. Also on this was Amanda Solis.
Wait, who's Amanda Solis?
That's you. And Danera sang. Danera, say hi.
So I'm gonna be like listening to like this.
They're going to be
passion
listening
music.
to you. What do you have to say to the kids?
It was trashy music.
Warrior.
Why are you shaking? Okay.
Warrior.
Okay, I don't want this thing to last.